there, and welcome to the latest edition of the Games Monster podcast from Extreme Improv, Extremed. So, if you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button wherever you are listening to this. Head over to youtube.com/Extreme Improv and smash the subscribe, and that will really help us push out more of these podcasts and all of our other fantastic content. Today we're going to be discussing Super Mario World 3D, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury for the Nintendo Switch. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So yes, it's not very long now at all until we get Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. And it's even interesting just to see what is Bowser's Fury. I think it's just download content. It's not download content, obviously, because it comes packaged with the game. You can't get it on the previous edition of Super Mario 3D World. So I guess Bowser's Fury is effectively like an add-on, but it's not an add-on because it's the only way you can get it is to buy Super Mario 3D World again, but this time for Nintendo Switch. Because, of course, it did previously come out on the Wii U, I believe in 2013. And one of the things that's incredible straight away about this is watching the trailer that Nintendo have just dropped today for Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, is it looks incredible. It looks just as good, in my opinion. If I looked at this and they said this was something in Super Mario Odyssey on the Switch, I'll be like, yeah, I believe it. Now, obviously, the Nintendo Switch is itself not hugely different to the Wii U in terms of its graphical ability, and they're similar, and we've had lots of games crossover from the Wii U to the Switch, and so that we could easily say, well, that's why it's not that this one looks so good, it's that Mario Odyssey was closer to what you'd got in the last generation. But then when you get the cartoony graphics of a Mario game, you know, how much can you push it? But this looks absolutely incredible. It doesn't look an old game, it looks a brand new game. I'm going to, if you haven't checked out the trailer, do check out the trailer. I'm just going to play the trailer on silent in the background, just tell you some of the thoughts, the things I see in it. So obviously it starts off a bit moody. We see rain, we see the big cat bell, and then obviously it springs to life, it dings, and it gives us a hint that we're going to be in the Bright Mario world. We see Bowser Jr. chasing Mario with his paintbrush from Super Mario Sunshine. And it's interesting because I don't honestly know the context of what's going on here. I don't know why Bowser Jr. almost seems like a companion character. I thought he was chasing Mario, but it would seem like in some way he's working with Mario, and I don't quite know what the storyline is behind this. Then we see Mario trying to get a star, but the shine sprite, the star, the shine get, however you want to name it, is shaped like a cat, which is cool. I don't remember it being like that on the original Wii U game, but maybe it was the case, just haven't played it in several years. We see like a wrestling ring style thing with loads of like Koopas, like Bowser's children or whoever in it. Well, Koopa Juniors, whatever they are, like the Koopalings or something. Then we see a bunch of cats all snuggling up to Mario, which is interesting because I don't think you actually had cats like that in the original game. And then we see this big orb and it spins up in the air and it explodes. And then Bowser turns up and he's basically like Akuma from the Street Fighter series, where he's got like this flaming red hair. The rest of him is like charcoaled, like as if he's burnt to a crisp maybe. And he is ginormous. He looks a little bit more menacing. He doesn't just look a larger version of Bowser. Some of his features look hench compared to normal. And he's shooting fire and stuff, which is going to just be that you have to dodge around as Mario. Mario's just got some enormous, some power up that makes him enormous. And as a cat Mario, he's now got more of a mane, which is quite cool as a spin on the cat Mario's, make him a lion Mario almost. I'm going to watch it again just so I can give you some more thoughts, just because it's wrapped up there. But having Mario be huge and Bowser be huge, it will be like a Godzilla versus King Kong style fight they showed you, and the level seemed to be mostly in water. But if this happens in more levels, I don't know how many levels, I'll try and pick up some information soon, just so we know what we're actually getting with Bowser's Fury. But anyway, let's just take a look at this actually. So we see like a cat token that Mario was picking up. There's loads of arches and things, excuse me, which are shaped like cats. We see Mario riding on the back of the dinosaur thing that you go across in the water. And this just looks really good. Like, one of the things that people were worried about when Super Mario 3D World came out was that it was going to be as linear as 3D Land on the 3DS. But just looking at this looks every bit as open as any level in Super Mario 64. Not as much as Super Mario Odyssey, but it shows that there's big areas to be able to go around and explore, which is what I like in 3D Mario games. I don't get it. It's like Bowser Jr. is following you and you're running away. And I thought this was like oil that was spinning off of the giant floating orb thing that becomes Bowser. That he'd put oil everywhere, because with Bowser Jr. there, with his paintbrush, I thought, oh, so is this a little bit tie back into Super Mario Sunshine? We've got to clean stuff up. But no, he's just sort of making it rain fire and everything. You still do have Bowser Jr. following you. And is that to assist Bowser, or is he an assist character for you? Because it looked like at one point that he did like use his brush to attack one of the like Goombas or something. So I don't know if he's an assist character, or maybe he's just scouting you out and pointing you out to the baddie. When Mario becomes this ginormous cat Mario, I don't know. I'm going to pay attention now, see if you see Bowser Jr. Yep. Bowser Jr. was still next to you, facing off with Bowser, and I don't get it. Bowser Jr. is a baddie, so I don't quite know what they're going for there. But whether I get this game when it first comes out, I don't know. At the moment, I'm leaning towards probably not, just because I've got a big backlog of games, and I already have Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U. If I didn't have Mario 3D World on the Wii U, then I'd be much more inclined to get this, but I might have to read what Bowser's Fury gives you extra. The idea of being able to play this on the go, with so many games that have come across to the Switch from Wii U, or basically from any other platform, the ability just to play it on the go, to not have to be sat in front of your television. You can just be sat on a couch in whichever room. You can be in bed playing it. You can take it on a train or wherever. That's very appealing. So I know that Super Mario 3D World will be something I'll want on the Switch sooner rather than later, but I don't know. I'll wait to see what sales come up. I don't think I'll probably wait to the point where Nintendo do like a 33% off download thing. I think I would like the physical game card and box for this one. But what else do we know about this? They've also said today, because we've already seen previously about Amiibo, that this will work with a new Cat Mario and Cat Peach Amiibo. And it'd be interesting to see if later on, if there's going to be like a Luigi and Toad Cat Amiibo. But they've said that it'll work with Bowser and Bowser Jr. Now, I'm just trying to look around to see my Amiibo collection. I've definitely got at least, I think I've got 3 different versions of Bowser, and I don't know for certain that they'll all work. I should imagine they will. One of them, of course, is the Bowser Skylanders edition, and I think that just works, is recognised as if it's a normal Bowser one. I don't know if I've got Bowser Jr., I'll be honest, so depending what the bonuses you get are, which they haven't announced. They've said, and I'm just having a quick look here, looking this up, I'm on Nintendo Life. They say that the functionalities haven't yet been confirmed, so we'll have to wait to see what we're getting in terms of useful things. But the thing with the Amiibos is, and we'll do an episode on these specifically in the future, I don't know that they've ever had a really good use for them. Like, the closest I would say is obviously Smash Brothers, which launched with them, but I always felt that they got the logic of those Amiibos back to front. Training up a computer-controlled character I never cared about that idea. If it was basically that this character, you train up that character by playing as it, and then the amiibo sort of becomes like your memory card. And it's like, I can take my stats, my character that I've built up with me wherever I go, tap it in against any opponent, and like, especially because this was the days of the Wii U. Obviously, it came out on the 3DS at the same time, and it's like, well, you don't need to take... If you're going around to your friend's house, you could take your Mario with you and train up your Mario. Because it'd be on their television, you're not going to take your Wii U round, or your saves or anything. So that would have made sense. But on the 3DS, you take that with you. On the Switch, you take that with you. But that's what made sense to me, is that you could have, like, just when it's on the shelf, you'd look at it and be like, I have trained this amiibo up. It is really powerful, and I'm going to tap it into a game, and I'll play as it. And it'll be really good. And it would have also been something like, well, you can play the game, but then if you've got the amiibo, you can train them up, and it will mean that you can get bonus stats or something on the character, which I just guess with the Smash Brothers community, people wouldn't have liked. But anyway, because then it would have disadvantaged them unless they buy the amiibo, and it's like, oh, I've got to buy the amiibo, and I get that. So amiibos have mostly just been for like little bonuses. I love when I was playing Breath of the Wild, I would sit there for half an hour scanning all of my amiibo to get like the daily bonus you could get from them. But they've reached a point where it's like, well, it doesn't give you, other than unless you're scanning in specific Zelda amiibo, it didn't give you anything specific. Like, it wasn't that you'd scan in Wario and it would always give you whatever. Or you'd scan in Lucas and it would give you something, because every time you scan in Lucas, it will give you this. It would just be that you scan something, it's not a Zelda one, and you'll get something random. So in the end, it's like, well, how many amiibo do you need to scan in? Because there was only a certain point where it was going to ever be useful. The other thing I've spotted here, just because we're going to do podcasts a bit more like this in the future, where I'll just talk about various bits of gaming news. The main thing, we'll come back to Super Mario in a second, Super Mario 3D World. But we'll just see here, Nintendo tasks Super Mario Bros. 35 players with defeating 3.5 million Bowsers. This is again on Nintendo Life. Check out a couple of other sites. Now, what I'm hoping this news story is going to be is that the game will stick around, because I haven't played it tons, but I'm hoping, hey, if you defeat 3.5 million Bowsers, we're going to keep the game on there permanently. And imagine if people then didn't. I mean, it will make them do it. But a special in-game event will allow players from all over the world to work together to complete specific goals, yada yada yada. Set period of time, and 3 events will take place between January and March. In grand total, 3.5 million Bowsers reach. All players who took down at least one Bowser over the period will receive 350 My Nintendo Platinum points. Oh no, they should totally they can't leave it at March and then they take this game away from us. They can't do that. If they've got people playing it that much to get 3.5 million Bowsers. Wow, and do you know what? Like, I'm trying to think if I've even gone against Bowser on it, because I've had a little go, and it's like, yeah, this seems cool. It wasn't quite for me in the same sense that I love Tetris 99, but I just I wish Nintendo would do more of these. Tetris 99, Mario 35, like they could do Donkey Kong 99. Imagine that. That would be brilliant. They should so do Donkey Kong. And Legend of Zelda 99. Now, obviously, Tetris 99 was the game that you'd get on the Game Boy and the NES, and so updating it still makes it look like a modern Tetris game, whereas Mario 35 obviously looks like the NES game. But obviously, Tetris and Mario date back to the NES. Donkey Kong would date back to the NES. Legend of Zelda, like the original one, date back to the NES, and that might be best suited for this. But it would also be cool, because they can do it, because they can do Fortnite or whatever. If they were to do, like, and they won't happen because of Rare, but like Donkey Kong Country, like 99, or if they were to do Super Mario 64. Imagine if they did Super Mario 64. And it was like special edition, or it'd have to be Super Mario 64, or if they did it, it could be Super Mario 1 to 8. That would be cool. That would be very cool, where you're running around on Super Mario 64, Bob-omb Battlefield or something, and there's loads of other Marios. They could even bring back that Space World demo from year 2000, 2001, 1999, whatever it was, when they were showing off the tease for the GameCube. That would be brilliant. So anyway, let's see what else is happening in the world of gaming that I want to discuss. Just have a quick check over. I didn't bring up any like big sites. I'm not sure how much there is that is like big in the world today to discuss. There's this thing about that LucasArts or Lucas Games or whatever it is, the what is it, LucasArts, because it's Lucasfilm and then it's LucasArts. There's something about them. Let's see if I can spot what it is. Wolfenstein developer is making an Indiana Jones game. That obviously ties into LucasArts, but I don't think that was specifically the same headline that I was looking for here. Okay, Star Wars video games join forces under Lucasfilm Games. Well, that should just be LucasArts Games. They already had that. It was LucasArts. Oh well. It's gone full circle, basically, because it says Lucasfilm Games will now be the official identity of all Star Wars games. They already had an identity. It was called LucasArts. But anyway. And the other thing I'll discuss here briefly, we'll keep this as a short podcast today, but I'm going to get more into the habit of doing these kind of news updates. I'll go to various news sources, looking at IGN, Nintendo Life, a couple of my favourite sites to go to, but can check out some of the others as well. Arcade1Up is releasing its very own Killer Instinct. We'll do an episode specifically about Arcade1Ups. I've played one in a shop. I have seen them when I was in the United States. I saw like them for sale. I saw them on offer in like Walmart at like $199, I think they were. And here you'll see them and they'll be like £250 or something, which is insane. And so like $199, that would have been putting it in the £150 range, which in a sense I'm lucky wasn't the price over here, because I would have ended up buying one and I'd have played it, and I'd probably go back and play it fairly often, relative to the fact that I probably wouldn't boot up Street Fighter 2 that often myself normally. I play Street Fighter 2 probably every year at some point. Haven't played it yet this year, but if I had the arcade machine, I'd probably get into playing it fairly regularly. But look at this, Rareware Killer Instinct. It's awesome. It's got Spinal on the side, on the right-hand side of the cabinet, which looks amazing. I don't know what character's going to be on the other side. Oh, it looks like it's also got Killer Instinct 2 and Battletoads, just looking at the artwork on it. It's interesting, it also shows it's like it's got a coin slot. Do Arcade1Up machines normally have a coin slot? That's really weird. It says design not final. But that's it doesn't even say Arcade1Up on it. That can't be right at all. And what? Okay, let's read what it says here. So I guess it's from the press release. Killer Instinct fans loved it. Critics love it. For many retro gaming enthusiasts, it was a definite title of the mid-90s, with gameplay, soundtrack and 3D rendered graphics all revered. Relieved the video game era of this stop-in-your-tracks arcade cabinet that also includes Killer Instinct 2, Battletoads, yes, the arcade version, and Battletoads / Double Dragon as a bonus game. And then it says, need to add some height to the cabinet, no problem. The included matching riser gets you there. Want to fight remotely? The live Wi-Fi feature allows you to take on opponents anywhere, playing from their own cabinet. I mean, that's cool. I don't know why it shows as if it's got coin slots on the front, because I think Arcade1Up should. And maybe it could be like it's a money box or something. But the idea that you'd ever have a function where you insert coin to start the game, even as this is cool and you've got the key and this will always open, is dodgy, just because people would put them into arcades and you'd get people actually like charging, which I don't know, is that unethical, is that unfair? I don't know, when I think about it, that'd be quite cool. You buy a game, imagine if you've got a business, you like run a bar or pub, or you run a laundress or something, and you're like, I'm going to buy myself a Killer Instinct thing, and I'm just going to stand it in the corner when business is a bit slow. I'm going to go play some Killer Instinct when business is busy and the customers are coming in. Especially, think of a laundrette. It'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going to this laundrette, put in a coin, you can earn a little bit of money, and you end up earning the money back from your purchase of an arcade machine. But I'm sure that won't actually be included or be a function when it comes to it. So yeah, there we go. I don't think I'll be getting that, but of all of the arcade 1-ups, and let's see which different ones there are actually. I said I wasn't going to discuss. No, I'm going to save it discussing for another one. But just very quick thought. I think for me, the arcade 1-up that I would want the most has to be Street Fighter 2. I've got is it a Pandora like arcade stick, and I can play Street Fighter on that, and it's got all these other games, and they're great. Personally, though, I prefer when you get them on these collections for consoles. Like, I've got the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection on the Switch, and I bought that on sale, but I bought that after already getting Ultra Street Fighter 2 on the Switch. So, I do love my Street Fighters, but I don't think it's necessary when you can buy them, and they'll often be on sale for like 15, 20 quid, and then you'll get Street Fighter, literally 1, 2, 3, and every iteration of them, Championship Editions, Supers, Ultras, what have you, Double Impacts, and so on and so forth. Well, not Ultra, actually, that was a separate release. I don't think it makes sense if you can get that for £15 to get about 10 different Street Fighter 1, 2 and 3 versions, and then spend £150 on sale in America at Walmart to get Street Fighter 2 plus a couple of like Championship Editions and stuff like this on an arcade 1-up cabinet. Anyway, so guys, there's going to be, I think this is the second, because I did one last week, there's going to be lots more gaming podcasts coming up. So if you haven't done so already, smash the subscribe button. We're going to keep this one short. And when I see an interesting piece of gaming news or have a game I want to talk about, I will do so on this. So head over to youtube.com/Extreme Improv, smash that subscribe button there. Wherever you're listening to this, if it's on YouTube or if it's on a podcast platform, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, whatever, let people know. Help this grow. The more feedback, put comments into the comment section on YouTube. Let us know that you like this on our Facebook page, which is just the Extreme Improv Facebook page. And there's going to be lots more of this stuff coming up. We've got some great feedback for the podcast that we did last week, and it's very encouraging, and it will keep me going, it will keep me sane, because that's one of the great things about video games and doing these podcasts, is it's two things I love doing. So, from me, until next time, stay safe, have a good one, and always stay extremed.